I think if I hear you call me Becky one more time, six-pack, I'm gonna pop your tops. All six of them.
Hey folks, this is Matt once again, and sorry, I'm just getting some light in here. Now, by the time you've seen this, hopefully you will have seen a review of this classic, which I reviewed a while ago, but wanted to touch on again. The classic from 1986. Now you have the remake. Yeah, that's right, I did that. That's what this movie's worth. And I'm with my fucking boogers. Now, I know you're wondering, hey, how come I did not do a review for the sequel to this film, The Hitcher 2 I've Been Waiting, with Jake Busey, C. Howell, and Carrie Wooer? Well, because The Hitcher 2 is a useless sequel directed by the same motherfucker who did like Joyride 2. And yes, the guy did Bats, which I had fun with. It's better than this movie. And so yeah. But you know what? He did another film called Retroactive, which I haven't seen. And Hitcher 2, all this is Jake Busey trying to act like his father, Gary Busey. C. Thomas Howell, who plays, now he's a cop. Oh yeah, he gets killed. And Gary Wooer has to save the day. And I'm like, you bring C. Thomas Howell back just to get killed. Yeah, that's great. That's a great fucking... What happens to that character in this film? He went through all this and he just gets killed. And he's a cop at this point. It makes a lot of fucking sense. Fucking stupid. That movie can kiss my ass. Now, I know you're wondering another question. Why do I have this movie? Well, when I have shitty movies like this in my collection, it's because I got them for free. That's pretty much what it is. I got them for free. Wow. Why? Because I knew that I would rant on this again one day. I didn't want to download it and get a fucking virus on my fucking computer like it would. Just to fucking piss me off. Second off, how pawn shops, they have deals. Like, one is about $2-3 per movie. So if you buy 10, you can get 10 for 15. So if I buy 5 movies that I really want, I can pretty much get 5 movies for free. For free. Pretty much free. So when they're pretty much free, I'm like, okay, I can do this, and do that. Fucking goddamn thing. Yes, I am partial to the original. Yes, I don't give a fuck. This is over the top. Yes, I have a life. This is for fun. I'm being over the top on this movie. This movie sucks my dick. Gave me STDs. And that's why I could take this disc. I can go this, and go this. On the fucking thing. There you go. I know that's disgusting. But this movie disgusts me for being made. And yes, I will wash my hands before I eat. Okay. Now, after that 4 minutes of tirade, get to the point of why I don't like this movie. And I know people say, oh, you went in it wanting to hate it. I've seen this film before. I completely forgot about it. But I figure since I talked about this, I want to talk about this piece of shit. What it is It's a remake that didn't need to happen. And this type of guy, I can't say I hate all remakes. John Carpenter's The Thing, Chuck Russell's The Blob, David Cronenberg's The Fly, Zack Snyder's Dawn of the Dead, even Alexander Aja's The Hills Have Eyes remake, which that film hits a lot of the same beats, but I thought you had a director who knew what the fuck he was doing. The stuff it did, I thought did right. What this film is a bunch of people who, they never saw this, or they don't understand why the fuck this is a classic and how the fuck this movie works. That's what it is. These people don't understand how and why The Hitcher, the original, is a classic. They don't understand what made this film work. That's what I'm getting at. They don't understand how this movie worked. They don't. The makers of this film completely missed the fucking point of the original movie. Farther than any fucking football field, farther than the fucking Grand Canyon, farther. That's what it is, a bunch of farts. Farther in the fucking outer space, through the fucking solar system. Mixing my words, slurring my words on this shit. And I'm not going to be mean to the reviewer, but it's sad when they have to get the girl from NBC6 Miami to get a good review. And I'm sorry, this is a bullshit review. Action-packed blood and metal thriller that will keep you on the edge of your seat. What this film is, first off, Dave Meyers, you don't know what the fuck you're doing as a director. I know that's mean, I know that's rude, I don't give a fuck right now. This is why, since 2007, you haven't directed a fucking movie ever since. All you did was music videos. That's all you did was music videos. Like the Dave Matthews Band. I did video for NWA. I did some videos for Creed. Wow, the guy who did music videos for Creed did the Hitcher remake. Go to film school. Learn how to make films. Learn about how to make psychologically complex movies. Did I go to film school? No. But I would not remake the fucking Hitcher. So Dave Meyers doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. On the featurette, he sounds like a fucking douchebag, which I'm sure some people would say the same about me. You have an unbelievably unlikable cast. You got Sophia Bushwhacker as your lead. Zachary Nightingale as Jim Halsey. Neil Madonna as the sheriff. And Sean the Beanie Baby as the Hitcher. Now, problems I have with this film, it's like where to start. First off, like I said before, it's a remake that did not need to be made. It's a remake that there is no point in making. You could take the original film, release that in a movie theater, and it would still work. That film, this is not dated at all. How can it be dated? The clothes are not dated. The cars are not dated. Nothing is dated in the movie. You could put it into a fucking theater and it would still work. Miles better than this piece of shit. The reason you hear clicking is I'm getting the writers, supposed writers of this film. Jake Wade Wall and Eric Burnt. One guy wrote When a Stranger Calls remake. I can't believe this, really? The other guy, Eric Burnt, wrote Surviving the Game, Virtuosity, Romeo Must Die? You gotta be shitting me. You gotta be shitting me. One of the writers helped write Virtuosity, Surviving the Game, and Romeo Must Die. They must have fired his ass and gave him credit, otherwise he'd sue him. Which is, that's the thing. Like, Eric Red, the writer of the original, gets credit on this because they used so much fucking shit in his script. They had to do it, otherwise they get sued. They used so much of this film script, except they changed a little bit of the dialogue and a little bit of the stuff. And, by the way, I read up, Eric Red and Rutger Hauer have still, they will never see this. They will never see this. Eric Red said he hasn't even seen it yet, and he disowns it. I know, oh, you're 10 minutes in, you're being unfair, you're not even talking about why is the movie so bad, why is the movie eliciting so much anger and fuel from you. This is a not needed remake. That the original works on bounds that these people cannot fucking comprehend, obviously. Okay, what it is you have two people, Sophia Bush, or as I call it, Sophia Bushwhacker, and Zachary Knighton. I'm going to fucking call him Zachary Nightingale because he's such a bitch. They're driving from spring break. They pick up the Hitcher. And what it is the same beats. They pick up the... Well, they don't want to pick up the Hitcher at first. Oh, whoops. They keep on driving. They get to a gas station. He comes in. They give him a ride. They go through the same thing. Puts a knife. Say these words, I want to die. The guy says, I don't want to die. They kick him out. As they're driving, it's daytime. They see a car pass them with little kids in the back. And you have the killer, the Hitcher, with a stuffed animal, put it down and look at him. And then, oh my God, get him out of the car. They fuck up their car. They meet up with them. They find them dead. They try to get help. They get arrested by the cops. They get put in jail. The Hitcher kills them, lets them out. They get chased. They're chased by the cops at an action sequence on a highway where the Hitcher comes up, shoots the cop cars, fucks up the helicopter. Well, I should say, the Hitcher comes, fucks up the police helicopter. It crashes. I mean, you don't see it crash, but, you get the idea that, that one of them gets shot and they're fucked up. They go on, get to a motel. Instead of the girl, it's the guy who gets put between the trucks, ready to be pulled apart. He says, shoot me here. Like, lines of dialogue, too. Oh, you're such a waste. He just pulled apart. Only this time you see it. Which maybe some of it's practical, but don't give a fuck. It didn't mean anything. At all. Then you have an ending where sheriff is with the survivor. They go off. John Ryder, the Hitcher, gets out of the armored car, fucks up the cops, and you have a showdown between the lead and the Hitcher, and use a shotgun to kill the Hitcher. Sounds like this movie, right? It's the same fucking movie, only the shit they changed was for the worse, because they didn't understand why the fuck this was a good movie. That's my point. This film did not need to be made. What's so good about this movie? It gets bad reviews on users and critics, but it has a 5.5. I have no idea why. You have a score by Steve Jablonsky, which is barely in the movie. When you do hear it, it's fucking waste of space on a soundtrack. And I don't like Steve Jablonsky's scores for these movies. I like the score for maybe the Transformer films. But Steve Jablonsky, I think, did he do the score to The Island? He may have been. If he did, then I like that. But Friday the 13th, Texas Chainsaw, I hate his scores to these movies because they sound almost the fucking same. And they sound not memorable, beyond shitty. But the score is even barely in this. And it's stupid songs like the fucking highway sequence with 9 Inch Nails Closer. I'm sorry, that doesn't work in an action scene when I'm seeing an action and I'm hearing, I wanna fuck you like an animal. I'm like, what? Like, it doesn't work. And what I'm talking about, how they completely missed the point. First off, this director, I have a bone to pick with also, because in the featurettes, he's talking about how, well, I saw the original, and I didn't like this, and I didn't like that, and I didn't like this, and I didn't like that, and I want to adjust this, and I want to adjust that. Can I do it? And then the producer's like, sure, go ahead. And then they made a fucking shitty fucking movie that sucked my dick. Fucking... God damn it. What am I talking about? Making it 2 leads. Which defeats the fucking purpose of, hey, it's one person alone. By themselves. For most of the movie, until, okay, he meets Jennifer Jason Leigh later on in the movie. But for the most part, he's by himself. Trying to survive. Throughout the remake, it's 2 against 1. Not a lot of suspense when the whole movie is 2 people against 1 fucking Hitcher. Including the scene in the car. It's like there's 2 people. One grab one arm, one grab the other. Or like, I know they're still driving. It's 2 against 1. You don't have the suspense. You don't have the intensity in that. So making it 2 against 1, a boyfriend-girlfriend, it just makes it like a typical slasher film we've seen dozens of times. Instead of a more intimate movie where it's 1 against 1, mano a mano. So making it 2 leads from the beginning, that's a mistake. A change they made that was a fuck up. Second, shitty casting. I don't care about Sophia Bush. I think she was horrible. I think she brought nothing to the table. She tries to be tough at the end. She's fucking failing. She's an F on the F scale of fuck. F scale of fuck. I can't even talk throughout this movie. I'm mumbling and stuttering my words. Zachary Knighton basically acts like a bitch, whines like a bitch, has no survivor mentality. Just a victim. And he becomes a victim. Just another victim. Sean the Beanie Baby is not intimidating at all as a Hitcher. He's not intimidating. Throughout most of the film, he seems fucking bored. So you have a score that doesn't work. Mark Isham's score in this worked. It gave it atmosphere. The look of the film, it looks like every other fucking Platinum Dunes flick. This film, Robert Harmon knew how to show the landscape, how to create mood and atmosphere. Dave Meyers didn't. He doesn't know how to fucking do it. That's why he hasn't directed a movie before or since. Stupid musical choices, like Closer by 9 Inch Nails. Terrible cast all around. Sean the Beanie Baby is not intimidating. You want to see intimidating Hitcher? Look at this. This film got rid of all the psychological tension. All the deep... This film is deep. This film is subtle in its deepness. This film has a lot of stuff going to it. It has more on the surface. Why is he going after Jim Halsey? C. Thomas Howell? Does he want to teach the boy something? Does he want to teach him to be a man? Does he want to die? Does he want to do this? Does he want to do that? Well, hell, you can even throw in maybe a little homoerotic stuff. You can throw dozens of things. Here, instead, the lead is a girl. So you have a psychopath versus a girl. I'm like, wow. As if that hasn't been done. Really? I don't know why they, featurettes, I'm not a damsel in distress. You ever seen a Friday the 13th movie? You ever seen a Halloween movie? You ever seen a Nightmare on Elm Street movie? You ever seen, 90% of the slasher films in the 80s? Scream? I know what you did last summer. Pick one. Anyone. Psycho going after female. Maybe wants to get in her pants and all that shit, or maybe just wants to fuck her up. Wow. Wow. Nothing to it. It's like, let's do the cliche, hey, he's just going after the girl, and the girl is lead. Trying to be like fucking Sarah Connor, and failing miserably. So, you have a remake that goes the same beats, the same beats, the same beats, the same beats, the same beats. Then the little stuff that they do change, they fuck up even that. 2 people instead of 1, for the most part. Yes, I know, Jason Leigh comes in later on in the movie. But here is 2 people for the most part, while here is mainly 1 lead by himself. Cliche jump scares. Terrible casting and acting. Completely forgettable score. Horrible song choices. No psychological aspect, except a psycho wants to get the girl. Wow. Seen that done beyond dozens of times. It's like you're watching the same movie, only done by a kindergartner. With the same fucking Platinum Dunes look. More like it's fucking orange. And stupid decisions. Like, okay, I understand if this is how they do it in real life. I don't care. If that's how they do it in real life, they're stupid too. But when they did John Ryder and they put him in an armored car and they put him in a fucking body armor, and granted, yeah, that may be true. That may be true. That's how they escort prisoners. They put them in body armor. That's just a personal thing, but I don't agree with that. If you're a serial killer, who gives a fuck if you get shot? Okay? Who the fuck's going to shoot? I'm sorry. Fuck the body armor. But, you know, given to some of these cops that we have out there, but that's just a personal thing. But anyway, the bigger issue is, in this film, it didn't show how the Hitcher got out of there. It just showed he fucked him up. Here it's like, oh, some bullshit. Okay, I broke my thumb. I got in. I'm slicing and dicing. And then I'm going, this is really stupid. Neil Madonna and the girl right behind them. They hit. Neil Madonna, the sheriff, is trapped. Now, Sophia Bush could help him. He's in danger. He's trapped. You're relieving him of his weapon. So he has nothing that he can do to defend himself. He is trapped. You could A, help him get out of there. Or B, leave him to die, go off, get your ass trapped, and get Neil Madonna killed. Guess what happens? Letter B for bullshit. He gets trapped, his legs are trapped, she takes his gun, leaves him, thinking she's Ms. Badass. No, she gets trapped in an armored car. And this bullshit where he shoots, the Hitcher shoots the car, the armored car. It blows up. You have a stupid inside shot where she ducks and CGI fire is going through the windows. And you see the car blow up. And then, because she relieved Neil Madonna of his weapon, of course the Hitcher comes up and shoots him in the head. That was the Jeffrey DeMone character in this film. At least, Jim Halsey, what did he do? Get out of the car. This is between me and him. No, she didn't even help him get out. All she does is, no. And as if the fucking Hitchers don't listen to her. Shoots Neil Madonna in the head. She walks out with nothing. No scratches. No burns. Nothing. She was in an armored car that blew up. Flames are going in. She barely has even any fucking dirt on there. That's the scene that she comes out with the shotgun. And what does she do? She keeps shooting him in the body armor. I hate to break it to you, bitch. Stop shooting in the body armor. That doesn't work. No matter how many times you shoot, don't stop shooting in the fucking body armor. Which I know, I'm sure that's what they do in real life, but that's a stupid thing anyway. Shoot him. Then ultimately shoots him in the head, trying to give off a badass one-liner, but failing miserably. I don't feel anything. How about you feel my dick in your mouth? This is a bullshit movie. I don't even know what the fuck to say about this movie. It's the same beats. That's why Eric Red had to get credit, screenwriting credit, because probably would have been sued him. So you're watching the same beats of a very much inferior movie that is so inferior. Oh my god. So inferior. I can't even say the word. I'm just dumbfounded. Inferior. There I go. Barely. I apologize for slurring my words and mispronouncing words, but I'm just dumbfounded that this got made by Dave Meyers, by the Dave Meyers band. I mean, what's appealing about this film? For those who liked it, you can be my guest and liked it. I'm not going to say you're a piece of shit or you're this and that for liking the film, but when you compare it to this film, like, there's one asshole who's like, he's an asshole because he's like, hey, watch my videos, and I did. And he did a review, and he didn't like this film. He liked this film. And I said, I'm sorry, I disagree. I don't like this film. I think this film has much more going for it. And it does. Has a psychological tension to it. It has more thought into it. It has more brains to it. It has more atmosphere and mood to it. It's actually suspenseful. It's better casting, better acting. Rutger Hauer is the Hitcher. He did such a great job. The director knew what the fuck he was doing. You have this pathos of what's going on in the Hitcher's mind and, you know, this mano a mano. Here, you get none of that. It's the WB version of fucking the Hitcher or the CW. The Teen Choice Award version of the Hitcher. Nothing to this movie. That's what I mean. The people who made this film did not know what the fuck they were doing. They did not know what made this film work. Plain and simple. They didn't know. At all. Piss poor casting. Piss poor acting. Oh yeah, and like I was saying, I told that guy I'm sorry, I disagree. And he said, oh, you're a piece of shit. That, you know, you like this better, you're a piece of shit. So that's why I call that guy an asshole. Because I'm an asshole for liking this movie more. Fuck you! But to anyone else who likes this movie, be my guest. I'm not going to hate on you on it. Just be respectful about it. But I'm not going to be respectful of this director because this guy didn't deserve to be making movies. I don't deserve to be making movies. That's why I'm not making movies. But no, this guy made a movie that's a piece of shit, that's not scary, not suspenseful. The score, the song use, the action is nothing to run home about. They missed the complete meaning behind this movie. They missed it completely. They made just a dumb, boring, mediocre, beyond mediocre, cliche, all the same beats, and the stuff they changed, they did a shittier version of this movie. That's all they did. A shittier version. Oh, instead of one guy by himself, let's make it two people, so it's 2 against 1 for the entire movie. And then let's do the typical, oh, it's the female at the end. So it's the typical, oh, psycho going after a girl. Like we haven't seen that done 200 fucking times before. When it was a man against man, it was kind of like, even that little bit was like unsettling. What's going on here? This film doesn't know anything about subtlety, doesn't know anything about trying to be suspenseful or intense, and this director is a fucking idiot. I know that's harsh, but this director's a fucking idiot. Go watch the original instead. That's what I concur. Go watch the original instead. And, you know, I mean, obviously this film pissed me off enough to put fucking boogers on the damn DVD. But, yeah. I don't even know where the fuck that thing went. Oh, here it is. Still no scratches in it. But another bottom line, this movie sucks. It eats ass. It offers the same movie as this film, only And I'm talking about like beat for beat. Only you have terrible casting, terrible music, terrible directing, no suspense, no pathos, no underlying psychological motivation other than him maybe saying, I want to die. And Sean the Beanie Baby looking bored out of his fucking mind. Typical cliche bullshit. Oh, even though I was in an explosion, that fucking car and flames going in, I don't even have a fucking dirt on me, let alone burn marks and scars or anything. And instead of being clever and not showing the person being pulled apart, there's just some special effects in there and a little bit of CGI that look like shit and, maybe some practical that I didn't give a fuck about. I mean, that's the thing. Cast, they get everything. They didn't understand what the fuck made this film work. They completely missed the point of the psychological aspect between these two characters, Jim Halsey and John Ryder. Is he supernatural? Is he trying to teach this guy how to be a man? Is he... No. It's just, hey, here's a psycho. He wants the lady. Watch a Friday the 13th movie. You get the same thing, only more fun. But we can kiss my ass.